Thank you for staying with us. We are back. This is still Sun Up right here on Shobiz TV. I promised you an amazing feature coming your way, and I have here my first guest all the way from Nigeria, Marvel Umoh. He said I'm forgiving with how I pronounce his name, and myself, I know I'm forgiving. I wouldn't even let him tell me I'm forgiven, but indeed I am forgiven. Marvel Umoh is an executive and co-founder of Maxstream Incorporation, Nigeria. Today we're talking about PR in music marketing, everything that has to do with public relations in that entertainment space, music, and how he's even doing it. Is he just lying to people on there with his skills or what? We will get to have a little chit chat with him and experience his side as well. You are welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling this morning?
How am I feeling? I'm good. I'm okay. Yeah,
It's good
Ghana is a beautiful place.
Everybody says that. We know that. We know that.
Wow, the pride.
No, we actually know that. We know Ghana is a very beautiful place to be.
Okay.
And you are welcome to our little space.
It's okay. This is a beautiful space you have here.
Yes. What have you eaten so far since you landed here in Ghana?
So we tried the jollof yesterday. Yeah.
I don't know what's with you Nigerians, and every single time, you keep hearing about our jollof, so you walk into our space and let's see what they have going on there, but we end up proving you wrong all the time. And so you get to know that Ghana jollof versus Nigerian jollof, Ghana jollof always takes the lead.
You don't want to have that conversation.
And we'll have the conversation anyways, but this one we are talking about something very vital. That is PR in music marketing. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
We know that you are selling music to people. Now music is more like the drive. People are listening to music and all of that. And so what is actually that PR skill in music marketing?
So it's basically a strategic way of communication, right? PR basically is communicating the essence of your brand, right, to the public, right? So in PR, you're not just looking at selling the product. You're selling the essence of the product. You're selling the essence of the brand. Yeah, so strategic communication, basically.
But I was coming from this part or this point that music itself is selling in diverse ways. People are communicating to their audiences, or musicians are communicating to their audiences through the words, the messages of the songs, the music videos. So there are so many elements when it comes to music videos and even music itself. So why is PR very important in music?
Because like I said, if all you have, so for example, I look at music as a music business exec. I look at music as a product, right? You can pretty much go to the factory, make a great product, and if you don't put it out there, people are not going to see and appreciate. That's one. Putting it out there, that's placement. That's a good thing. But like if you don't talk about it and say and explain why we need this, right? People are not going to buy it, right? It's the same thing with music. You make a great music in the studio, and you put it out there on digital platforms, for example, and you go to sleep. Nope. When you go to sleep, people are not going to know why they should go and get your music. So first of all, PR gets to tell you, hey, listen, I have a song that is out, right? This song speaks to this song is for this song, right? You should not miss this song because this song is too solid for you to miss out, right? And this song is here, there, and there. That's what PR does, right? And so it is very important that you engage PR in, music marketing.
Music marketing, indeed. With what you're saying, I'm beginning to think that there are a lot of musicians there are a lot of them who are their own PR. Who have that capacity as well, because you get to interview musicians, you see them on platforms, and then they are constantly talking about their music in many ways that they could drive people to listen to them. So would you say that musicians also play as PR executives, or they should have someone specifically playing that role?
Easily. you should have someone who's playing that role, because I'm not a big fan of an artist doing everything by themselves, right?
Okay.
There is just a limit to what it can be, right? There is no, listen, just being a creative is so tasking. Not talking about being a creative who's now his own exec, right? There is just a lot you cannot see just being a creative. But when you have a PR executive with you, he is looking at the corners you're not looking at. He's talking to people you're not talking to, right? He is in rooms that you probably will not have the time to be in those rooms, right? So that PR person is too important. It's like you asking, is it important to have a team? It's too important to have a team, right? Because you alone just doing it, like I said, there's a limit to what you can do, right? Think about the top guys in Ghana. One of my favorite is King Promise.
Oh, I'm actually very glad.
That's your favorite too.
No, not that my favorite, but I'm just glad that you didn't mention any other name. You didn't go to Nigeria, but you mentioned, so it's good. It's good in that sense. So you can carry on.
So somebody like King Promise, he does not play with his PR. You know, that's why I can even mention his name.
Why do you say that? Is it because he's constantly, you know, in other countries projecting his music onto them, or because I don't know your reason for saying that?
So he constantly have people. I know the people who are working with him.
Okay.
Right. He has people who constantly, you know, engage the media. Right? PR is basically engaging the media, right? So he has people who are engaging the media, who are talking about him, right? Who are placing him in very important platforms, right? You can see him on very important praise platforms, not just in Ghana, not just in Nigeria, but like in the UK, in US, right? And these things build perception about, that's why I can talk about him that way, because there's a perception that he's built, right, over time, and I can think about him as a solid person. The other thing with PR is brand association. The people he associates with. You see him with Whiskey, you see him with these different persons, right? And that in itself, people are photographing that, and then they're posting it and talking about it. That in itself is PR. Like I said, strategic communication. And so that's why I can speak to him, because, I see him in these different places. I see him on these different platforms, right? And that is because he has a PR executive. He has a team that is working on his image, that is working on his brand, right? Why these other persons are not going so far is because you want to do it all by yourself. Or you don't have a solid team who understands perception management, which is PR.
There's this school of thought with the idea that there's only the PR session when it comes to damage control. We want you to outline the work of a PR to us, to people that are listening to us. Where does the job end, or where does it even start? So the start to finish, because a lot of times we don't see musicians PR work. We only see it when maybe someone has said something about them on social media, and we see they come to type something. A lot of times people even say that, no, they even typed it. It's not anybody behind the scenes. Then they come out to say that, it wasn't me, my team typed it. Some even say my manager typed it. So is the manager the PR? Like, we want to know where does this job start, where does it end?
So that's a very great question. So a PR person, your job as a PR person for an artist, it really begins with, for me, after having your manager, having your lawyer, your PR person is like the next person you should have, because it begins with, after the product is done, not just the product, you as a brand, the PR person is involved at creating your story, right?
So story about the product.
Story about the artist.
The artist
who is now the brand.
Okay.
Right? So when you see artists come out and say things like, listen, man, I started from the slum. I was this. Those are the works of a PR person, right? They create a story. They create an image in your head, right? How people should perceive you, how people should see you, right? So it starts with that. It starts with building a brand. It starts with building that perception. What should I think about this person? Well, when I see this person, what's the first thing that should jump in, right, to me? And it starts from there. It moves to now talking about the product. You have a product out. Oh, it moves to, you know, your social platforms. That's the different channels where you put out, you know, the story. So it is first the story, right? You know, the brand, and then it is the channels.
Okay.
Right. For some artists, there's some artists that will never have a TikTok account.
Is there any particular reason?
Exactly. It's because of the brand.
Okay.
Right. If the brand is for just the elites or for a certain class of people who are not going to be on TikTok, they're not going to necessarily have the person
Put
on
their
TikTok.
work. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So there are different platforms, and it is the work of a PR person to understand, like, to create those different channels, to know those different channels where these brands suits.
Okay.
Right. There is somebody who's going to be Raz, and it's going to be on Facebook like constantly. It's going to be on like TikTok. You know, for the Gen Z, if you're creating an artist who's speaking or who's making music for the Gen Z, you have to first of all think of TikTok. You feel me? So that different, you know, the PR person creates these different channels. They know these different channels, and then it moves to the product, right? So placements. Where do we, you know, take these products to? Where do we place these different products? Where do we, sorry, I speak to product as the music, really.
I understand.
Yeah, the music. Where do we put this music at? And how do we now start talking about the music, right? Oh, this music is about, so for example, somebody can, I'm going to give you an easy example. I'm a big Kanye West fan. Kanye West is working on an album with T.Y. Dollar Sign right now. And they've already started campaigns.
Okay.
That's the PR people. They're already showing you where they're making the music. He's making the music in Saudi Arabia. They're showing you these different things. That is really the work of a PR person. Like giving you a rollout, giving you perspective to, oh, this is what is happening, the rollout. Oh, we are here doing this. We are here doing this. Okay, this is the build up. Really the build up.
Exactly.
The PR person curates the build up to any release. Then after the release, the person still, you know, he takes you to the TV stations.
Okay.
All of that is written down, is planned out. You know, that's yeah, that's where he's
That's
work.
pretty
Yeah,
much
that's
the
pretty much it.
work. And after that work has been outlined, what are some of the strategies to make sure that finally the work gets to the people? Because I'm glad that you're Nigerian, and I'm glad that I get to you from a Ghanaian perspective.
100.
Because we have a lot of our musicians here who find it very difficult to break into the Nigerian market. And from all you've spoken about PR. I know that they play a major role, a very key role. You mentioned someone like Ken Promise, who has been able to break through that market. What are some of the strategies that our people should, you know, have for themselves that will enable them break through the Nigerian market? Should it be about where you're coming from? Because we know that when Nigerians get into the Ghanaian space, we don't know how they do it, but they are able, even before the artists will get to Ghana, they have that widespread people having talks about them, but we don't get it that way. Would you say it's a PR thing? What are some of the strategies that our people should have going on to help them enable, you know, get into that space?
So the blessing I have, we work with different artists even in Ghana.
Okay.
And the blessing that I have is that I'm also a coach, right? And so I can tell you that one of the reasons, and across Africa, right, is not a Ghana thing, right? But across Africa, the first thing is the mindset.
Okay.
Right. The first thing, you have to know that if your song is solid, you can demand for anything that you want, right? Demanding is like, that mindset is very important. You know, Nigerians, we demand. Anywhere we go to, we try to press in. Right, we first of all understand that it is possible, so we try to press in anywhere in the world. So that is, like I said, is first mindset. You have to know that, bro, you have a solid product. Believe in your product. You have a solid product. You have to press in. That's one. Two, you have to. I am a template type of person. I'm a template type of person. So look at King Promise. What is King Promise doing?
Okay.
Right? King Promise, I know that he has a management team here. He also has a management team in Nigeria.
Okay.
Right? Even if you don't have to have a management team, you have to have people who you are working with there in any country you want to penetrate. Speak to the people. Somebody brought me here. You feel me? Somebody brought me here because before I came in here, 3 months ago, I was already speaking with that person. Do you understand? So you have to speak with people in the place. 2, build a community in that space.
Okay.
Right? Look at your data. Try to target whatever you're doing. If you want to break into the Nigerian market, target Nigeria. I was running my ads towards Ghana in the past 3 months before I came here. So target the country, right? Do your data, a data analysis. Like look at where are people listening to me, right? And then if you have people in Nigeria, try to break in, do the ads, engage influencers. Very important. Nigerians were big on like if you really want to penetrate Nigeria, work with influencers. King Promise has one of the biggest songs in Nigeria right now, and you need to see the way influencers were everywhere using those songs. So you need to penetrate through influencers. Radio is also important, right? Jump into radio. Like I said, influencers on TikTok who are Nigerians, use them, right? That's pretty much it. There's a lot I can say, right? So radio, TikTok influencers, IG influencers. If you want to do billboards in Nigeria, very important too, you can do that.
So how does an artist promote the music, especially when the music is out with the help of a PR executive? Sometimes I've seen people or musicians who are trying to promote their works and they have very weird strategies, very weird ways they go about them. Some will not even share it on their pages. Some will maybe put out a very funny story about themselves, and it's all communicating something. So how do you manage? And some try and it doesn't mean, the way they imagined or envisioned it to go, it doesn't go that way. So how do you set all the plans ahead for the song to get there? How do you promote that?
Free game. So there is the pre-campaign, right? And there is the release, and there is the post.
Okay.
So the release, the post. Now, this is what I tell artists. Before you release a song, you have to create content. This easiest, so do the ones that is first easy for you. Don't even think about, first of all, don't think about the different platforms. Think about your own platform. Your own platform, think about that. You feel me? Create at least 90 content. So first of all, don't wake up and say, I want to release a song tomorrow. Don't do that to yourself. Plan. Okay. People think that because King Promise, for example, I love to use him. Stormzy, I say Stormzy. Stormzy, for example. Stormzy is Ghanaian. Stormzy, for example, wakes up and in 1 week he says to you, oh, I want to release a song. You think that he started planning for that song that time. Nah, bro has been planning 3 months, 6 months, a year towards that project. So my thing is, before you start thinking about releasing the song, curate at least 30 to 60 content for your platform alone, right? Now, this comes from you planning. I already speak to planning. I cannot overemphasize that part. You have to plan. Like, plan out everything you have to do. I'll tell you, plan out 90 days. 90 days, make sure you have everything that is going to happen within that 90 days, right? You plan that out, and then you contact the people you're supposed to work with. You create the content you're supposed to work with. You have your execs, reach out to these different persons. All right, and you just keep going ahead to engage with these different persons, and then you distribute the content to the platforms, the radio, TV, whatever. But my point is, make sure that your content, every asset that you want to use, is in place, because that's the problem. That's the measure. I work with artists. I've been working with artists for maybe the past 7 years or more. The problem is they only plan after they've released
The song.
the song. That is the main problem. You have to plan months before releasing the song. That's how these people do it. That's how the top guys do it. That's how the top guys do it. I'm telling you for free. That's how the top guys do it. So yeah.
So you need to really plan ahead, not just after the release of the song you come and do some shaggy thing and then nobody will actually mind you. Does PR also serve as an A and an R for record labels?
Nope.
So there's nothing.
PR is different. PR is about, you know, the brand and marketing and speaking about the brand, speaking about the essence of the product, you know, contacting the media, contacting the influencers and all of these different persons and different channels. However, A&R is about developing the artists and, you know, strategically also planning the life of the artist and the product. Yeah.
So do you think that with what you're talking, planning the life of the artist and all of that, do you sometimes think that the decisions that the PR executive or the team, the decisions that they make or take are likely to be projected as who the artist is? Because sometimes we see artists and then everything they're about is about them on social media, but you meet them in person and it's more like this person, they're actually very calm. So do you think sometimes the work of a PR more like sort of project an image on the act?
A good question. So identity crisis. So that's the thing. One of the works of the A&R is to make sure that he develops this artist into what he would like the artist to be. Right? That's always important. So you develop the artist, the A&R develops the artist into what the artist should be, so that the artist does not go out there and it doesn't look like what he projects to be. I'm going to give you an easy example. Shatawale is Shatawale. In person, online. Burna Boy is Burna Boy. In person, online. You feel me? Definitely. So my point is, the A&R has to develop the artist so whatever he's projecting of himself sits side by side with who he is. So what am I saying? I'm saying you have to be authentic. Right? In PR, you have to be authentic, because you don't want to come off funny, right? You don't want to look like something here and then you're out there, you don't even know how to put yourself in that position and act like it. Now, people do that and succeed, but I'll tell you for free, I would prefer for you to be authentic.
Just be your original self.
Yes, original self. 7 billion people in the world, and you think that people are not going to like you. You think you don't have your tribe. You do have your tribe. Yeah, so act like it, and then your tribe is going to follow you.
So just don't pretend, because when people are fed up of that kind of thing, then
you will be fed up. You yourself, you'll be fed up,
and they're likely to leave. What are some of the perks that you look out for before wanting to be associated with the music that is out, before you finally take up the job of making that music go out there, before the publicity?
That's personally, if I want to work with an artist.
Exactly.
I'm asking you what your vision is.
Okay.
Does
the vision matter? Because what matters is because the song comes with a particular message that it comes with, and so they are looking forward to you pushing that goal out there. So why do you need their vision?
Because I've worked with plenty artists. You can be so ambitious and pushing an artist into a certain direction, and the artist is not satisfied. Either they're not ready or they're not satisfied.
Okay.
Because you're not pushing them within their vision.
Okay.
So you have to first know their vision, the core soul of whatever they want to achieve, and then you can expand within that, right? Because if all you're going to do is go left while they are thinking you should go right, I don't care if they have 1 million streams, they're not going to be satisfied.
Okay.
Right? They're just going to say, okay, great, but within their soul, they're not satisfied. So you have to ask them, what is your vision for this song? What do you envision? Like, what do you want to see achieve? What's your goal? What's your objective? Then you walk within there, and you can expand from there. Not bad.
Okay.
But you have to know the core soul of what they want to
So
do.
there are some people that are just satisfied with maybe about 500,000 people just getting to hear about their songs, and there's some people that are looking beyond that as well. Wow.
So like, I'm going to give you an example. An artist might want to be known in his city, right? Might want the whole radio station to play him. And you as a PR person, you're looking at it like, bro, I want you to be known on social media. If all you do is go to social media and push for social media, instead of helping him get on radio, I don't care what you're achieving on the left side of things, on the social media side of things. If you're not giving him the radio side, he's not going to be happy with you. And I've been there many times as a PR person. You know, so now experience and wisdom has taught me to work. I can tell you for free. If you give them that radio station and add this, that's going to be great. But if you do this, I don't care. They're not going to be happy. Do you understand?
It looks like that's a lot of work to be doing.
Yeah, no, it's just what it is. See, that's what I'm saying. That why we have plenty issues in the industry is because people, like I said, they just go different routes. You have to come to the table. You have to come to the table. That's how to achieve these things. That's why you have lesser people, and I can speak to, there are many artists like that. The one that everybody knows, Whiskey. Whiskey came out from the jump. He told you he wants to create something iconic. That's his vision. He wants to be starboy. He wants to be international. I don't care. He does not, as much as he cares about different African countries and all, but his aim is doing things a different way, putting himself in positions and in places that is superstar-like, that is international-like.
Okay.
You feel me? So you have to go the artist route. You can only convince the person out of it. If the person is not convinced to go your route, go his route. That's what I can say for free.
I don't know if what I'm about to ask you is going to be maybe, I don't know the right word to use, but you're in Ghana currently. You're here with me. And I don't know what have you experienced differently with our PR work and that of Nigeria? What's that difference for you? I've put you in a tight corner.
What have I experienced?
What do you think we can add, or what do you think Nigeria can pick from us? What's that difference that you've experienced?
I think what Nigerians can pick from you is Ghana is more systematic.
Okay.
That's what I know. I have observed, right? Things have to happen a certain way.
Okay.
Right? That's a great attitude. That's great. What I think Ghana can pick from Nigeria is our drive.
Okay.
Right? Our mentality. It's crazy. It's like mad mentality. It's like beast mode. Do you understand? You know, yesterday we were in a place and something happened and something really, and I just told somebody something to do right there. You know, it's just, like I said, demanding. Right? We are very demanding. Like we go to a place and we want what we want. We're going to pay any amount to get what we want. We're going to speak to people. We're going to convince you to get whatever we want.
Very tenacious.
Yes. So that's a mindset I think that Ghanaians can pick up from Nigerians, right? No space and no place to cry about things that are not working. You know, look for different ways to make it work. Make sure it works.
So you're just trying to tell us that we cry a lot.
I did not say that.
You've told us already.
I did not say
that. We are learning from you. We steer our drive very well. But you're in Ghana for a reason. You tell me that someone brought you and all of that. I want to get into that soup and get to know what's going on there. What's the meat in the soup? And why are you here, first of all? What's happening? What's happening in town?
Yeah, so since 2015, I have been big on, you know, I've been big on creating forums to speak to creatives, right? It has transitioned from different names. It used to be audience of 50. I'll just have 50 persons in the building. We just talk about like, you know, creative, music business, different things like that. But it moved in 2021 to Greatness Sports Series. Okay. This time we now involve are entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So I'm in Ghana for Greatness Sports Series. We've been doing it since 2021 in Umoh, in Abuja, in Lagos.
Okay.
And listen, Ghana is central for Pan-Africanism. Ghana is central for the movement, the pro-African movement. And so I did not think about any other country. It had to be the motherland. Right. So first time we're out of Nigeria doing Greatness Sport.
Okay.
We thought about we thought about here. And so we are here for Greatness Sports Series. It's historic. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have 80 persons in the room holding conversations
so
about
from 50 to 80 now.
80 persons in the room,
Okay.
holding conversations about, how you can move your life, your business, and your career forward.
Okay.
Right? We are concentrating on how you can position as a business person, as a digital marketer, as a creative, for better jobs and for better business opportunities.
So do you have the 80 people already? Is it something you are opening the invitations for? What is it like?
Because I've done marketing and PR for a minute, I know that you can have people register, but in the end,
They wouldn't show up?
they don't show up.
Okay.
So yeah, it's open. Come through. You can register. Right. Am I okay? Can I mention?
Definitely.
Oh, great. So you can go to my page, Marvel Umoh, Mr. Marvel Umoh on IG, and the link is on the bio.
Okay.
Click there and register. Come through. If you cannot register, just come to. Can I say the name of the place?
Definitely.
Okay, great. So you can come to Skills Hub at the Yota building, which is at American House.
That's easily gone?
Yeah, East Legon.
Okay.
Come through, by 10 o'clock. Let's be there. Let's have a conversation. It is always amazing. The testimonies are everywhere. So let's have that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that business and creative war room for 2024. So you're preparing people now for the year ahead.
Yes.
Okay. It only gets better, and we are definitely wishing that every.
Did I say that Wademaya is going to be there?
No, you didn't mention
I'm
that.
sorry.
So let me know who are some of the people that are going to be on the bill?
You all know the biggest travel vlogger
Exactly.
in Ghana, Wademaya, my very good friend and brother. He's going to be there.
Okay.
We're going to have Afia. Afia is a personal branding coach.
Okay.
She's going to be there. We're going to have Joel. Abaka, I call him the senior man.
So I know Joel Kojo Abaka. I know him. Okay.
A very solid one. He's going to be there. Somebody I call Dr. Yo. Dr. Yo is going to be there.
Okay.
Lots of other persons like Mr. Enoch is going to be there. I think the flyer was up there. Yeah. Just Mr. Max is going to be there. Plenty people, who are going to. These are very solid people. Like if you go check the flyer, really solid people, you check their profiles. They're going to be there. This is the first time we've had up to 7 persons. Ghana is different, really. Ghana is different. We had to bring all of them so we can have that, conversation. Yeah.
I'm hoping that this conversation goes a long way to help every single person that is looking at being in this facet as well. It's very important. Sometimes it's not all about the running around, but then having conversations, having very in-depth conversations, they are going to really help. So find your way there. It's going to be an amazing time with Marvel Umoh and his team as well, all the way from Nigeria. Held it from 2021 in Nigeria, and this time in Ghana, happening at American House, East Legon.
Yes.
And so do find your way there and then make this possible. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
It's been incredible talking to you, and we're hoping that the PR work does not end yet.
No, it wouldn't end here. Listen, I'm open for everybody who's in the music business.
Okay.
Mr. Marvel Umoh, on IG, connect. I love to meet you. In fact, if you guys can have a forum, I can come there and speak for free.
Are you working with any artists? Who are some of the artists that you're working with?
El Selfie. A selfie. I mother than them all the time.
You. A selfie, and I would say a selfie. Oh.
I mother than
from in Nigeria.
I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom na the mazna.
Actually, I don't know what you said, but you're right. You're right. So exactly, we have. Speaking of it, Akwa Ibom and Ghana, we have many similarities.
Okay, what's that one distinct one you would want to share?
Our women look the same.
Our
names look the same. We have Eno, we have Afia, we have ACN. A lot.
Awenwa.
Awenwa.
So what have you learned? What's that one sentence you've learned since you came to Ghana?
It's like Chale. It's like Chale for the most part.
Chale is not. Chale is more like that.
Sentence. I don't know.
Any Ghanaian line?
Man, it's like Chale.
I'm a Mecca Chode Akwaba to Ghana.
Okay, I'm a Mecca Chode Akwaba to Ghana.
Na Mary and you now obeying Shura.
That one hard.
Okay. It's in Shrankham.
It's in Shrankham.
Meaning that Yamini Shrankham. I will even tell you that in English. But you're welcome to Ghana.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love the A. I love everything about Ghana.
Tenye besebi wahana.
You're right.
Besebi.
Tenye
coffee. Thank you so much. We're going to go on a quick break. Definitely we'll be back with more. This is still Sun Up right here on Shobiz TV. Stay tuned.